Hi friends, Jai Mata Di. Today I am going to talk about oil flow and oil PID controller for Allbrook boiler fitted with ALTC panel. Now guys, I have over here made a small diagram of the boiler, and first of all let me start explaining in a very simplified way. This is my boiler fuel pump. It is located in the purifier room. So it is running. It has got its own way to maintain the oil pressure in the line that we are going to discuss later. But definitely this boiler fuel pump is sending oil to this boiler as well as to other boiler. Now when I talk about say boiler number 1, the oil goes through a oil flow meter, then it goes to a boiler fuel pressure regulating valve, then there is a 3-way valve fitted, it's pneumatically operated, and then it goes either to the boiler burner or it goes back to the mixing column. A message for every marine engineer out there. First time joining and scared of what will happen on board? Our Combat Achiever packages show real shipboard videos before you step on, so you join with confidence. Junior engineer still repeating those basic mistakes? Our basic troubleshooting package helps you avoid the same errors we all made on board ship. Fourth engineer, go in depth into purifiers and compressors. Izzat nahi kamani kya? Third engineer, learn auxiliary engine overhauling and boiler testing step by step. To all second engineers and chief engineers and ETOs, hydraulics, maneuvering, electrical circuit diagrams, PLC, PID, reefer and AC system. Guys, troubleshooting should be your forte. अगर जहाज पे इज्जत अपने juniors की चाहिए तो troubleshooting आनी चाहिए. 24 packages, many more coming soon. 2-year subscription. That's M&D Flex, not a course, but a technical lifeline you need on ship. Check out our free trial videos. Link is in description box. So this is just the layout. This. All these 4 things are near the boiler, that is near the main burner. Only this is located far below, that is in the purifier room on board our ship. Now, so guys, one thing is we have to maintain a fixed pressure over here. Say right now I can show you that boiler fuel oil pressure is 18.8 bars. Can you see this over here? Now there is another regulating valve fitted which is trying to maintain this boiler fuel oil pressure all the time. Okay, so that I am going to discuss in another video. But right now let's talk about the oil flow. When I talk about load, boiler load means how much fuel I'll be burning. So when I say boiler load is more, that means more fuel we are burning. When I say boiler load is less, that means less fuel we are burning, right guys? So now when I talk about oil flow and oil PID controller, again when I talk about oil PID controller, we need a set point, we need a process value, and we need a CV, right? So now how do we get the set point, guys? Now since it is related to fuel, right, without burning fuel we cannot we cannot start the boiler, right? We have to burn fuel over here to generate steam. So set point is generated in 3 ways. One is manual, by I am deciding how much load I have to give. I increase the load, I decrease the load, and accordingly more amount of fuel is either burning more or less. Another is auto low. See, when I am running boiler in auto but in low mode. Low mode means where my cut-in pressure is 6 bar and my cut-off pressure is 9 bars. It's normally when our main engine is running during sailing and at a lower RPM where my EGB exhaust gas boiler is not being able to maintain sufficient pressure, and secondly while at anchorage or during the load port as well. Those are the times when we run boiler at low pressure mode, right? And another third is auto high pressure mode. Now when I talk about auto high pressure mode, during discharging we run at this. So basically these are 3 modes. All these settings are there in this ALTC panel over here. So this set point keeps changing. Either I can change it manually, and if it is in auto, as per the settings put in the ALTC panel, this set point keeps changing, guys. You have to watch all my videos to get an idea of what I'm talking about. But let's talk about oil flow system over here. So my set point is coming over here, right? How am I getting the process value? The amount of oil going, how much is it, right? So what we do is, we have got a flow meter fitted over here. Now this flow meter is like a screw pump. Now we know any positive displacement pump, in every rotation there is a fixed amount of oil going. So when this oil is going from here, each rotation, say a certain amount of oil is going. We know that because these are screws fitted over here. The oil is passing those screws and the pump and the flow meter is rotating like this. Now, so oil is passing through over here. Now say my pressure is fixed, my pump is running all the time. Now, the more this valve is open, the more oil will flow over here, and this screw pump is going to rotate more fast, and the less this valve is open, the less amount of oil will flow, and the screw pump, this screw are going to rotate very slow, right? So what we have done is, so amount of oil going from over here to the main burner is being decided by how fast these screws inside the flow meter are rotating, right? And that is depending upon how much this valve is open over here, right? So what we did was, just to calculate how much fuel is going, we knew that by each rotation of this flow meter will send say certain amount of oil, say 10 cc of oil or 100 cc of oil. Fine. What we did was, we put a pole wheel over here. Now what this pole wheel is, this pole wheel has got magnets fitted, say 4 magnets. Just give an example. And I have put an proximity sensor over here. Proximity sensor over here, right? Now when I have put proximity sensor over here, when this pole wheel is rotating, take, each time this magnet comes near to this proximity sensor, each time this magnet comes near to this proximity sensor, a pulsation comes, tick, 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 tick. So when there are 4 pulsations, that means one complete revolution has happened. That means a certain, say 100 cc of oil has gone, right? Now, what this proximity sensor does is, it calculates the tick, 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 that is frequency of how these pulsations are coming. But we need a current signal. So what we did was, we fitted a frequency current converter over here. So as per the frequency, a current signal is generated. And this current signal, 4 to 20 milliamps, goes as the process value. All the calculations are fitted inside. Ki bhaiya, say 4 revolutions, say there have been 4 pulsations in 1 minute. That means only one complete revolution has been taken in 1 minute. So accordingly the flow rate has been decided. So everything is calculated, measured, and it comes as a process value to this controller, right? So I have got a set point. Say I want load to be 25%. Process value is coming from over here. Now say set point is 25%. Flow meter says, "Arey, abhi to flow is only 20%." So what happens is, there is a difference in between the set point of process value, and a CV is generated. Output signal is generated by the controller. Now this output signal passes through a oil flow control valve correction curve that I will discuss later, and finally an output is generated, and this goes to this valve over here, right? And this valve opens little bit more. When this valve opens little bit more amount of oil goes, and suddenly my PV value increases. So now this PV value becomes 25, and my set point is 25, my PV is 25. Suddenly CV says, okay, maintain this much, this is okay. And finally a fixed CV is being maintained over here to open this valve and keep it at that level. Copied, guys? So now say my CV is 25%, my valve is 25% open. So that is how this system is working. Now I have to discuss this, but before that let me talk about this flow meter a bit in detail. So what happens is, guys, over here, when I talk about flow meter, I have talked about this. I'll talk about this. When you take this flow meter, there is a particular direction given. You always have to fix this flow meter in that particular direction. That is very important. Another thing that you have to remember is that this proximity sensor should be at a fixed distance from the pole wheel. You should not be changing the distance, because once you change the distance, this thing changes. It becomes erratic and things change, right? Third thing is that there is a 90-degree slot. This proximity sensor should be, the flow is like this, and there is a slot over the proximity. It should be perpendicular. It should be perpendicular, guys. That is clearly given in the manual, and that is very, very important. Now something that is another very important is that when you have bad bunkers, what happens is the bearings over here get damaged. When your bearing gets damaged, so what happens is your flow, even if it is more, it shows less, because the rotation is very slow. So what happens is, during bad bunkers, these bearings get damaged and your flow meter becomes erratic. So you can have improper combustion, which is very, very dangerous for the boiler. Another thing is LSMGO. What happens in LSMGOs, guys? LSMGO has very less lubricity. Again, in that case, your bearings can get damaged. Sometimes what happens is, guys, not just your bearings. Like on one of my ships, what problem I faced was, I changed it to LSMGO, and I show that PV is showing, even if my valve is open, but my PV is showing 0%. Now, if my PV is showing 0%, is the actually oil flowing, or whether this proximity sensor is bad? So what I did was, I took out this proximity sensor from over here and I rubbed a magnet in front of it. When I rubbed a magnet, I could see in the PID controller on the ALTC panel locally that this PV value was changing 0, 2, 4%, 7%. So I knew that the proximity sensor is okay, but some problem is with the flow meter. I opened up the flow meter, I could find there was some little bit dirt inside, due to which this flow meter was not rotating only, because it's LSMGO, no lubrication, nothing. And then we had to clean the oil flow meter, change the bearings also. We thought we have just opened the oil flow meter, we'll change the bearings as well. We changed that and we put it in use and it was working very good. Another thing that you have to make sure is that sometimes what happens is some magnet particles, iron particles in the filter or from the pipeline or from XYZ places, maybe from the pump side, they get and come into this oil flow meter. When they come into the oil flow meter, they get attracted by the pole wheel and they fix over there. Now this pole wheel had really 4 magnets, right? Now due to this magnetic particles, these magnetic particles short circuit these 2 magnets together, and now what happens is when the full revolution is taking place, it's actually there are 3 pulsations only, right? So basically in order to make 4 pulsations, there is an extra round being happening, basically a quarter turn more happening. So basically now your fuel is going more because it is sensing less, because there is a short circuit over here. So then again improper combustion, black smoke can happen. So these are a few things that you have to ensure regarding oil flow meter. Very, very important, guys. Now coming back to the point. So I talked about oil PID control. I'm going to show you that. Now what is this oil flow control valve correction curve? I'll show you. I'll tell you that. But let's come to this. Why oil flow correction curve linear in ALTC and non-linear in earlier air system? So first of all, let's talk about oil flow correction curve. So let's go to oil flow correction curve over here, and I take you to the master controller and I take you to the oil controller over here. Now guys, see, right now I am firing boiler, right? This boiler is firing at 25% load. Can you see? The requested load is 25%, right? The set point is 25%. That means this says कि भैया this set point is 25%, right? Can you see the PV value? The PV value coming from the flow meter is 24.5%, right guys? The CV value is 18.6% over here, and after this correction curve, it is again same 18.9 to 18.9, and this valve, this is going to this valve over here. See, this is the pump running through the heater, through the pressure transmitter, temperature transmitter. This is the fuel oil regulating valve, boiler fuel oil regulating valve. So I open this valve, and what I see is, see, this has got a controller. Set point is 25%, guys, right? We are running 25% load. Measured value is 24.8%, and control output is 19%. So this valve is actually now 19% open. You can see over here, right guys? Copied. Now when I increase the load, now see very carefully guys, what I do is I manually increase the load to 30%. Now when I make it 30%, the set point is changing. Set point is changing 27.2, 27, 27.3. Now guys, over here you have to see, I'll share later how this oil and air is working together. But whenever we are increasing the load, first the air flow changes and then the oil flow. So now you see, slowly my set point is increasing as per the air flow over here, and it has become 29.8, and now it will become 30 in quite some time, depending on the air flow over here. Just wait for some time. Just wait for some time. I'll discuss that also, why this is happening like this. So now my set point is 30%, and you see earlier, and now my measured value is changing, that is the process value. Because my set value has changed, set point has changed, the error changed, the control value which came out was earlier was 19%, it said no, this is less. Now the load has increased, it has become 22%. Right now my valve is 22% open. You can see over here, my valve is 22% open. When my valve is 22% open, more oil is going through the oil flow meter, and the feedback that I get is right now 29.2%. This is coming from the flow meter. Copied, guys? Now the thing is, you are running at 30% load. This is the thing. And now what is this oil correction curve? Now guys, this is very important. You see, oil flow correction curve in ALTC, which is electrical, is linear. Linear means when the load is 0%, output is 0, 10, 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60. It's linear. Why? What has changed? Guys, earlier there was this correction curve, but in pneumatic system, earlier this ALTC panel had everything pneumatic. There was part, this fuel oil pressure regulating valve was operated pneumatically. So this current signal what used to come from over here used to get converted into pneumatic signal by an IP converter and used to operate this valve with pneumatic signal. Now the problem with pneumatic signal is that, say at 1 bar you are moving, say a piston 4 mm ahead. When you give the same piston 2 bar pressure, it moves 7 mm. When you give same piston 3 bar pressure, it moves 9 mm. When you give same piston 4 bar pressure, it moves 10 mm. So you see guys, with every 1 bar change in pressure, the piston movement is not linear, right? But in electronic signal, when you give 4 milliampere signal, say the piston moves 4 mm, 5 milliampere it moves 5 mm, 6 milliamps it moves 6 mm, 7 milliamps it moves 7 mm. So it's linear over here, but it is not linear over here. So when it is not linear over here, so this correction curve earlier never used to be linear. It used to be completely different. I do not have an example to show you. But since we have changed this ALTC to an electrical signal, and we know that electrical signals are directly proportional, so it is linear. But still, the question is, what is the purpose of this? When it is linear only, we don't need this. Let this 22.7 straight away go to the regulating valve over there. Why do we need this? Well, the purpose is over here, guys. You can see it is clearly mentioned. When fine tuning the valve characteristics, the goal is to get the output from the controller, that is CV, as close to the PV value as possible. So what that means is that right now my PV is 29.9. By this correction curve, I should aim my CV also to be 29.9 approximately. That is what this correction curve is all about. I hope you got it my point, guys. Now let me show you another thing over here. Okay. Another thing that I want to show is, guys, I am talking about airflow and oil flow. Always remember two things. When we increase load, first air increases, then the oil increases. That's why when I increase the load, first of all air increased over here, and then the oil started increasing. Let me show you again. See, come on. I'll show you again. Now I will make this load 35%. You will see immediately the air side flow set point will change. When this process value, that is the actual airflow, has actually changed, when it changes to 35%, then only, when this PV changes, correspondingly the set point of the oil changes. Why? We always want, when we increase load or increase fuel, air should increase first and then the oil should increase, so that always there is proper combustion taking place, right? So let me show you now clearly. Have a look, guys. I'll make it 35. When I'm making it 35, see, first of all this changes, then later on this changes. I made it 35. You see immediately the set point changed. This is still waiting to change. It is dependent on this process value. The moment this process value, that is the air, has actually changed to 35-36%, then only the oil set point has changed to 35%. Now the output of the valve has increased. That means the valve has opened more, and now you see more oil is going through the flow meter. The flow meter is rotating fast, and now my process value is going to change slowly. My set point of oil is all dependent on the measured air value. I am definitely going to discuss the airflow later. You see, my set point is dependent on the airflow over here. So this is very important for us to know. Copied, guys? This is something that is important for you to know. Now, I guess another thing that's remaining to be talked about is oil servo error. So let me go to something more important. And when I talk about oil servo error, I go to settings, I go to number 1, I go to this, I go to boil. Now guys, see over here. What does oil servo error mean? Oil servo error means there is a set point, say it says I want load to be 25%. Say 25%, it gives an output. This output goes, opens the valve. When this valve opens more, the oil flow meter runs faster, then it gives the process value that yes, it is 25%, right? What if the output goes, but this valve is stuck? This valve is not opening only. So that means the oil flow meter is not going to rotate faster, right? Or what if oil flow meter has got stuck? The bearings are damaged. So that means when you wanted 25% load, the PV is still 20%. So now the controller will give more output. Okay, open more, open more, open more. We're just waiting for PV value to come. But if the PV value, say in a specified period of 60 seconds, does not match with the set point, then there will be a oil servo error. This set point and this PV needs to match, or there needs to be a margin of 5%. See, if you put 25% and you want the PV to be exactly 25%, is not possible. It's a controller, right guys? So they say a feedback margin of 5%. Okay, you said 25%. Even if it is 20% or 30%, I will not give oil servo error. I will let the boiler fire. Now, what do you mean by this oil? Why do you need this? Guys, when we are firing this boiler, definitely I'm going to discuss about the starting stopping procedure as well. What happens is, there are many stages. There is not just one stage when your boiler is firing at a load, say 25%, 30%, you have to increase the load or decrease the load, right? But when the boiler starts, there is a point when it reaches a stage called ignition. Then also we need a certain oil flow ratio. When it is stopping, then also we need a certain oil flow to be maintained. When it is running and we are increasing or decreasing the load, then also we need a certain oil flow to be maintained, certain set point, and there should be a match between set point and the process value coming over here, right guys? So during this times, if it is not matching, oil servo error comes. Guys, this is something very important. So now, if my oil servo error is coming, what can be the reason? It can be the oil flow meter, it can be a defective oil PID controller fluctuating, it can be this pressure regulating valve stuck, and one more thing, maybe my air flow is not proper. Because my air flow is not proper, then in that case, my set point for the oil flow will keep changing, and that will keep changing, then this will keep changing, and that can also hamper the process, right guys? So this is something that you have to give importance to. I guess I have covered all the important points as far as oil flow meter is concerned. Thank you very much. Jai Mata Di.